back to another video. So in today's video we are going to learn, or we are going to write another program, that is a Python program to find the greatest common divisor of two numbers. So basically it's called GCD, or in short term GCD. So greatest common divisor of two number we have to find. So the logic behind this is Euclidean, so there is logic. Yeah, obviously there is a different way you can find the greatest common division, but the efficient approach is so with the help of this we can find the greatest common divisor of two number very easily. So what it says, suppose the two number is given a and b, if two number is given a and b, where a greater than equal to b, or even it can be b greater than equal to, so it will should like that. So this is our Euclidean how this work, and then is this way how it proceed. If b is 0, if b is 0, then a is the GCD. I'm just first algorithm explaining the algorithm, okay, then we go with this way, and then a is our GCD. So somehow if b is, otherwise what you have to do, you have to proceed the next way, proceed next in the fashions. We have to do like a equal to b and b to r. R means remainder, so it will be remainder of a, remainder b, like this. So in these fashions we have to execute our code, okay, fine. So let's write the code for this one. So I'm going to define one function that is called GCD, okay. So let's define the function called def GCD, and then pass two number num1, or let's make it very simple, a and b, and then while, let's use the while loop, b equal to, so normally it's a b greater than 0, so let's, if b means, if b should be 0, then this loop will not terminate, and it will be false, okay. So if means value b is greater than 0, then it will loop will be executed, or all the statement inside this loop will be executed. What we have to do here, if we are using Python, say a equal to b, then a should be b, right, should be b, and b should be module of a module b, okay. And then outside the loop just we have to return a, okay. So this is our complete code. So let's first check with some number like number 1, or let's make it the very simple, okay, fine. Let's do not create some confusion. Number 1 equal to 48 and number 2 equal to 36. So this is a very standard example, and then result should be GCD and pass the number 1 and number 2, num1 variable num1 comma num2, and then let's print some value in formatted string like that. Let's write f, and inside this the GCD of num1 num2 is fine, this one. So let's run this code. Okay, so the GCD of this one is this. Let's write some different number. Let's make it the 60. Okay, let's make the second number greater than first one. What is our output? Okay, so the GCD is 12. Again the 12. So okay, so let's change something, or maybe 49 and 35. Make something. So it can be either, either num a should be greater than num b, or number one greater than, so any order you can write. Okay, so there is no any confusion. This loop will work for both. Either num1 is greater, or simple term we can say either a is greater or b is greater. So there is no any code change if the suppose this one should be greater than this. Okay, and okay, so that won't be any difference. Okay, for result. Okay, so both the thing is same. Okay, so that two cases can be happen, like it a equal to, let's suppose, 48 and b equal to 36, right? Or it might be like that, a is equal to 36 and b equal to 48. Or maybe instead of a or b you can use num1 and num2. So this will work for both. Okay, so here all things will happen. So let's traverse line by line. Okay, let's try to execute line by line code in with the help of examples. So let's make it like that. Okay, so first time we are passing the value num1 or num2. So let's make it a equal to 48 and b equal to 36, right? So when you're going inside this one, first time we are calling this function. So now we are going to see here, after calling this function, our flow is going inside this loop and checking this condition. While b means is checking is b is not 0 or not. So b, you can see not 0, right? So it will be executed this line. Okay, so it will executed this line. So what will happen? So let's traverse. So a and comma b will replace with, so first when you are using this way of writing code two times, multiple assignment you are doing in same line of code, so it will be, first the right side expression will be executed. Okay, then it will be this. Okay, so first it will be this line of this expression will be executed. So 48 modules 36, it will be 12, and then a should be b. Okay, so the value of a should be b should be 36. Fine, it will like that. So in next line of code you can see here, okay, so a is 36, b is 12, like that. Okay, what will happen in next line? Again, if we are going to execute this line, okay, so let's copy this. Okay, so again the value of b is 12. Again it's going inside loop and b is not 0, right? So it will again do this same way. So a equal to b and b should be a modulus b. So in case of here a modulus b, if we are calculate here 36 modulus 12, taking modules by 12, so b would be 0. Okay, and then a equal to b. So what is the value of b in previous one? 12. So it is 12, this one. Again, if you are going to next loop, right, if you are going inside this loop, okay, so a modules b, then now the value of b is 0. Okay, so once you are going inside this loop will be terminated. okay, exited, and after that this line of code will be executed. So it will be return A. So return A means return A value of A equal to 12. So this will be your result. Again, let's make the same thing if the second condition, if the B is 36. Okay, this is only condition for if any either of the number is greater or greater from other, so there won't be any difference. Again, we are going to execute this line of code. Okay, so we are executing this line of code. Okay, so in this case, the value of A modules B, in case if A greater than B, or sorry, in case of B greater than A, so in that case it will be modules will be the lowest number. Okay, there won't be any any calculation like that. So in case of A greater than B, so remainder will be just dividing by this one. But if sometime this number is greater than the previous one, so the lowest number, this one will be returned as a modules. Okay, so it will be 36, and now the value of A should be B. So you can see the 48 here. Okay, so you can see now our number is reversed in this line of code if the first number is lowest from the next one. Okay, now you can see if the value is 48 and 36, A equal to 48 and B is equal to 36, after that the same line of code will be executed. In same way the calculation will go step by step, right? So just whenever the first number is lower than the A is lower than the B, then one extra line will be done here in this way. Okay, so loop will be executed one more time. Okay, that is only difference, but rest of the calculation will be the same. Again, right, you can see from A equal to 48, B equal to 36, this is going repeatedly. Fine. So this was the thing. So that's why there was one concern if either of the number is smaller from the normal condition is A greater than B, as this say A equal to A and B are two number where A greater than equal to B. But in case B greater than 1, what should be that? Not equal to, if B should be, the first number should be greater than the previous one, right? Or this should be greater than the previous one. You can see B is greater than A. So in this case, this one line will be executed and rest of the thing will be done in same way. If somebody want to make it in two line of code, okay, so if you are not able to understand, so you can do like that: A equal to B and B equal to, okay, so if we do like that, okay, so I'm just explaining. Okay, so there will be some issue here, because whenever in this case first we have to execute this one. Okay, then it should be, when we are doing evaluation of this expression, so first this expression will be evaluated, then this will be evaluated, right? So let's make it B equal to, okay, fine, so let's A equal to B. So in this case it will be 48, A will be 48, or this is 36, sorry, 36. But in case of here, if you do like that, okay, I just want to replace this line of code in separate line of code. How we can do that? Now B equal to A modules, so A modules is 36 module B. What is our value of B? B is, sorry, let's make more intuitive way, everything write it here so that we do not have to go back and forth. 36. Okay, so a equal to b, right? A equal to b. So a equal to b should be 36 and b equal to a modulus b. So a is how b is, so now a is now 36 and b is again 36. Okay, I think so this is our issue here. Okay, because after that it will be their mistake. So I think we are not getting this way, right? So I'm just explaining how the things is, where we will make mistakes and how to evaluate. So if make it like that, if first make the b equal to, okay, so a modules b. Okay, so what will happen? So b will be 48 modules 36, right? So our result will be 12. So we can remove this line of code and first we can write these expressions. Okay, this one first, this, so make it like that, this one belongs to this one. Okay, and now a equal to b. So here the value of a will be, a equal to b means 12. Okay, so the value of b is, okay, sorry, okay, fine. So b is replaced with this, and now the value of a equal to, if already replace this line of code, so because the value of b is this. Okay, so in this case what we have to do, we have to make some extra changes. How we can do that? So that's why the important of this line of code, because in this line of code first we are evaluating this expression, okay, before adding anything. So it will be replaced like, so this will be replaced like 12, okay, and then it will this, and this expression will be evaluated, and then the assignment will be done here. But in case here, if you are doing assignment one by one, so this way of doing is not working. Okay, either of cases, if you are doing the first one. Okay, so I'm just saying here, if you are doing this way, this will not work. I think somehow we have to reverse something, else this will not work. Okay, because in case of here, first the right side the expression will be evaluated. So let's suppose the b, so b is 36, so it will be like that 36, and then a modulus b. So a modulus b, again the expression is, it will be replaced with that. Okay, so it will be like 36 and 48 and like 36. Okay, so already this assignment is done, not assignment, expression evaluation is done. Okay, and then it is going to assign. Okay, but in case of, if we are doing like that, first if we are removing this line of code and we are going to two different way, a modulus 2, so in this way this is not working, because in this case it will be work like, it is doing same thing, a modulus b, so 48 modules 36. But next case what we have to do, after this execution of this statement, then we are assigning a equal to b, but the value b is already replaced by this one. Okay, so but it should not be replaced currently, because if we replacing with b, so the result will be 12, and the value of b should be already 12, and the value of a equal to b here also will be 12, right? So this is not good way, right? So that's why we are using So this is the one, you know, good thing about the Python expressions evaluations, right? Yeah. So fine everyone, I want to explain, if yes somebody want to do in other way, but if you are doing that it will not work. Why? Because in this case evaluation expression is replaced first, okay, right side is done first, then it going to left side. But if you are writing one line code, like if you are breaking down into different line of code, this way is not working, because one replacing with a old value or new value. Okay, fine. So that's all for today. This is for GCD program for using Euclidean algorithms. Okay, so that's all everyone for this video. Let's meet in another one.